What's going on, Royals? Long time no see. Thought I would check in. Ooh, hair a little poofy. I'm about to go get this good stuff washed. Look at all this. This is when you work out 4 to 5 times a week. This is what your hair look like as a female. So, pardon me. About to get fresh. About to prepare for SneakerCon Atlanta, SneakerCon ATL. Everybody's gonna be there. This is probably gonna be the livest SneakerCon of the year. So I'm super excited. Using the rest of the day, get ready. So get my hair washed, get fresh. Obviously I'll need to pack. And I also want to touch on the reason why I'm not doing the Jordan challenge. For those who are familiar, there was a challenge going around that started on Instagram, you know, and people would kind of, you know, choose one silhouette out of the Jordan line and just kind of prove that Jordans aren't dead, because you know that's such a big topic these days. It's a very strange time and era for the sneaker culture as it pertains to Jordan, but the challenge was just, you know, those who love Jordans to choose their silhouette. You know, I know a lot of folks have multiples of the same silhouette, multiple colorways, and you know, they did cool pictures and all of that stuff with them. So I'll kind of touch a little bit on why I chose not to particularly participate in that challenge. So let me get going, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Turn me up a little bit. Dream on for all the things we cling on. You got a problem with us, but we just live and live on. Got it all made up, got my mind switched up. Got a problem, come on. She got them ELC cups, man. She bad and she needed too. Bad cause I need it too. My mind is different when I think of you. My mind is different when I dream of you. Better yet, don't ever mind dreaming how we dream, baby. Got me thinking all the things that we should think, lady. And that's what do you need in this life. Fuck that shit, I'm doing things how I like. Just another vibe fucking with you.
So I'm sitting outside of hair salon. Found myself a nice little parking situation. You know, got street parking in the city, so I'm in the downtown area. But anyway, I don't see my hairdresser's car out here, but my appointment isn't until another 25 minutes anyway, so I'll give her some time. I can be a little too early sometimes for stuff. It's a good and a bad habit, because then you end up just waiting and then you be mad, but you just shouldn't have been early. Or should other people just be early? That is the question. Show y'all a little bit of what I'm rocking on feet. My old faithfuls. My tubular Nova Prime Knit. It's one of my favorite shoes that I bought within the last year or so. Well, it's been over a year, but man, they're so comfortable, and they just wear them doing anything basically. I love them. Back, Royals. Got the luster. Now it's time to get some food because I am starving. Then we can get back to the crib, have our convo about that little topic I told y'all about. I'll be back in a second.
Turn me up a little bit. Dream on for all the things we cling on. You got a problem with us, but we just live and live on. Got it all made up, got my mind switched up. Got a problem, come on. She got them ELC cups, man. She bad and she needed too. Bad cause I need it too.
So I'm looking at pictures on my phone right now, and I'm finding a few of my friends that I saw the pictures and who were doing the challenge. And African Caesar, host of the Sneaker Box podcast, and also one of my Michigan peeps. What's up, C's? So here's a picture that he did. Let's see if it'll focus. he did it with a bunch of ones. So you can kind of see Royals and Chicagos and, you know, just different ones. And it's kind of hard for me to navigate, but here is another of that picture. So that's that. Hopefully you guys. So found my bro AWOL's picture. And for those who are familiar with him, he's like Mr. Jordan 13s. So he had to flaunt his 13s, of course. He's definitely a Jordan head. That's somebody that's perfect for a challenge like this. Here's a very popular sneakerhead on IG, Jody Rockstar. So she did one with ones as well. So, I mean, I think ones is definitely a silhouette that if you're gonna have a bunch of them, probably ones. That makes sense. But anyway, despite how cool the challenge is, and I definitely enjoyed all the pictures that I saw, and again, thanks to those who, you know, tagged me to actually participate. But, you know, for me, there's two things. One, I don't have all the colorways that I want in J's. A lot of the colorways I want when they dropped, either I was a kid, my parents wasn't having it. Two, they dropped at the time I couldn't afford it. I was probably in college or something like that. And I wasn't the type of college student that, you know, like used like my refund checks and stuff to buy Jordans and whatnot. I was a sneakerhead during that time, but I would buy, at that time I was a huge Adidas fan. So for the price we pay for a pair of J's today, I was buying multiple pairs of shoes for that price. And that's what I was all about at the time. I didn't have the money to just be throwing out for Jordans. And I mean, a lot of my peers had J's, you know. I can't, you know, I don't know what their pockets were like. I can only tell you what my pockets were like. So, and now for the colorways I want to have, the resale prices are a little shaky. So I'm trying to do a combination of things. I'm trying to wait until they re-retro, because you know Jordan is doing the whole re-retroing thing like crazy right now. And then also I kind of have a threshold in terms of resale prices that I'm willing to pay for certain things. So I'm just trying to be patient so that I can get them and be happy with my purchase, not feeling like, dang, I just paid $800 for this. You know what I mean? Like, and there's no price on the things that you value, but at the same time, your girl got grown-up expenses, and I live in a very expensive state and city. So it's not as easy for me to just be like, oh, I'm getting these, I'm getting those, I'm getting that left and right. Everything is strategic and planned. But anyway, I kind of go through the actual silhouettes I have within the Jordan line from 1 to 13, and kind of give you guys an idea, I guess, of what I have, maybe what made me buy that particular colorway, and the colorways that I want to kind of finalize that particular silhouette in terms of the colorways I want to feel complete in terms of that particular silhouette. So first is the Jordan 1 bread or band or black and red, whatever you want to call it. So this is obviously a very iconic shoe, and it's a very iconic colorway. I think because it's red and black, that's what appeals to me outside of the story behind it. In terms of ones, all I really need is this and the Chicago ones, and I like, truthfully, I wouldn't need another Jordan 1. Now, thing about what I said earlier is with Jordan 1s, if I were to get a bunch of colors, a Jordan 1 would be ideal to do that with. I'm not really the type to buy a bunch of colors of the same shoe. So I need the Chicago ones, then I'll be set, and then any other color is a cherry on top. So Chicago ones for a good price, talk to me. Up next is the Jordan 2. Not a fan of the Jordan 2. I do not have any Jordan 2 besides this one. I never wanted anyone besides this one. And this one, I bought this one over 10 years ago. So I've had this shoe for much over a decade, and you probably see a little bit of yellowing going around the heel and everything on the midsole. And yeah, I probably have worn these maybe a handful of times, but I keep them because they're still fresh, of course, but I don't do twos. So this is actually a silhouette where it's like I can honestly live without. So all right, we got the Jordan 3 True Blue. Now these came out in '88 and I was 2 years old, so I wasn't getting them then. And like I told you, my parents wasn't buying this kind of stuff. When they came out anytime after that, before the 2016 release, which this one is, which you can see with the Nike Air logo, I couldn't afford them, you know. But this is the Jordan 3. This is the Jordan 3 that I've always wanted. Like, I don't need another Jordan 3. The True Blue, I've always wanted this shoe. Now, if you find that I do get the black cements that's supposed to drop in 2018, it's just a cherry on top. It's not something that I have to have. I won't cry if I don't secure them. This is all I need. In fact, I wouldn't mind having a second pair. I don't really do second pairs, but I have the pair I want. So, just these. So we got the Air Jordan 4, and these are the Dunk From Aboves. And I'm a Michigan alum. These are Michigan colors. And they got the gum bottom. It was easy. It was an easy choice. And the quality on these are so dope. Like, so much so that, again, I wouldn't mind getting a second pair of these. I really wouldn't, if I were that second pair type. I love rocking these. I love rocking these. They feel like they're a quality shoe. When you have them on, you just feel like you know, like you got just a nice material covering your toes. So with the 4s, another silhouette I'm not the most crazy about. White cements are cool. I don't have them. I guess the Bred 4s, if I had to say I needed another pair to top off my 4s, it would be the Bred 4s for sure. So I wouldn't mind having those. If they re-retro, I'm on them. Next up is the Jordan 5. As you can see, these are the red suedes, and I lace swapped with the black laces. I think that looks like way better for these. So in terms of 5s, let's see. Raging Bulls. They're not cheap for resale, so I don't know how soon I'm gonna have those. The Raging Bulls, if I had the Raging Bulls and the black grapes, I don't need another 5. Not that crazy about this silhouette. Those are the only 2 other colors that I care enough about to actually spend my hard-earned money. Okay, Royal, so it's important to know that I'm not just a consumer of Jordans just for the heck of it, and because that's what everybody likes, and you really can't go wrong with Jordans, that whole thing. And I say that to say, up next, as you notice, we were on number 5, and we're gonna jump all the way to number 8. And I say that to say, 6s and 7s, I'm not a fan of. Honestly, I do not find those silhouettes attractive at all. I guess if I had to choose in terms of a 6, black infrared, and 7s. 7s. Barcelona Day. Yes. So if you see me with a 7, it's the Barcelona Day. I love those. But other than that, number 8. So the Aqua 8s, this is a silhouette and a colorway that I have always wanted, and I honestly would never need any other 8. You know how I told you guys with the other silhouettes that, well, most of the other ones that I just showed you, there are other ones that I actually would want to top it off. With the 8s, Aqua is pretty much it for me. And just like the 8, we got the Playoff 9s. Recently they called them the Space Jam 9s, which he was in the movie with these, so I guess that's why they called him that, but we didn't call him that back in the day. Anyway, this is another situation like the 8 where this is the only colorway that I need in this silhouette. I don't need anything else. I have the color that I want. I can move on. Up next is the Jordan 10s. I pulled these out specifically because I'm taking these to SneakerCon ATL when I fly out tomorrow. So this will be one of the pairs I'm rocking. These are super fresh. They are still DS, so I would definitely be breaking these in at the event this weekend. So, but in terms of the 10s, still 10s, and that's it. All I need left to finish these off is the steel 10s, and I'm good. Okay, so now we've got Jordan 11. It's one of the more popular, one of the more beloved silhouettes in the entire Jordan line. This is the Space Jam. I did wear these once. And the silhouettes that I need to top these off are the Concords and the Breads. Those, of course, are selling for retail prices right now, so I just need to get me a good price and top off my Jordan 11 collection. But this is one of my favorite silhouettes, and I say that to say this is one of those where I don't mind having multiple colors, because this is a silhouette that I actually care about. Now, you probably won't see me with like more than 10 pairs of them, if 10, but I wouldn't feel any type of way if, you know, if I cop multiple pairs of these in different colors, because I love it. Up next is the Air Jordan 12. What you see here are the Flu Games. So these are still DS. I haven't worn these. This is one of the colorways that I've always wanted since I was a kid. Could never get it. Another story with, you know, parents not getting it, me not being able to afford it until I could afford it once they re-retroed it more recently. And I'm very happy to have it. So trying to think of the other silhouettes I need in this. I need a wearable pair of the Taxis, because you know I have the ones from from 97 or 96, whatever, and they crumble every time I try to take a step in them. So these and a wearable pair of Taxis, and I would be straight. Now, this is another one of my favorite silhouettes, so having multiple pairs of these, I'm not mad at either. So I definitely will still, you know, cop any sort of fresh new color that I actually like. Jordan 12s. All right, we got the Jordan 13. These right here, boy, when these came out this year in August, just last month, I couldn't pass these up. Now, of course, people disrespected these. They didn't buy them right out. They sat, and still sitting, I believe. And I know that it's because they came out just like 4 years ago. Or they retro just 4 years ago again. And so a lot of folks that have that pair from that year are still in pretty much good condition if they've worn them at all. So with this one, I mean, I got them for a super steal. Paid what, maybe 150 bucks for them, so well under retail, and I couldn't be happier to pay under retail for a colorway and a silhouette that I actually love. So other colorways I need is the He Got Games. Yeah, just He Got Games will finish it off, and then maybe like the CP3s, the Flints. Those are the cherry picks, but these are yeah, these are one of two of my must-haves for 13s. Okay, Royal, so I know I said 1 through 13. I don't have 14. I know that most folks that grew up in the whole Jordan sneaker era only really care about 1 through 14. So I'm waiting for the last shot that's supposed to come out next year. That's the one that I have to have, and then maybe I'll pick up the black toe for a nice price. So if they don't re-retro it anytime soon, I can probably get it for a decent price. And those would be the only two I would need in the 14. So, but I think the punchline to where I'm getting at with this with this video is that, you know, I don't really consider myself a Jordan head. Definitely a sneaker head. I am more of a sneaker wearer and more of a sneaker enthusiast than a sneaker collector. I buy all of these, even though a lot of these that I showed you I have not worn yet. I plan to wear them. They will be worn. Every single shoe that I buy, even if it takes a year or two to get to it, I'm going to wear it. I think that separates me from, you know, a wide margin of people within the community. And that's, again, that's not any shade at anybody. You know, there are collectors, there are wearers. Some people are in between. Perfectly fine. But I'm not trying to position myself as if, you know, I have this gang of, and my hair is doing funny stuff. It's hot. Yeah, I noticed my curls have fallen. This is kind of the look that I want. They were curled tight, you know, in the beginning, because in order to get this look, you have to tighten. Anyway, most of you are guys, you don't care what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't want people to think that my brand is a bunch of Jordans. And I know that I posted a lot of Jordans, but I also know that's what, also one of the reasons why I do that is because I know that's what people like to see. So I've copped stuff that I didn't even make vids of that weren't Jordans, just because I wanted to just enjoy that and just, you know, have that for me. But I think after doing this video, I think it makes sense for me to kind of show you guys what I'm getting outside of what the community finds to be the most glorified, which is Jordans. And I know this whole Adidas jumping over the Jordan brand thing is a trend right now. And I am a big Adidas fan, don't get me wrong. Not any of the mainstream new stuff they're doing with the boots and all of that. I'm not really interested. I don't like what they're doing. It's cool, but it's not really my particular style. Or maybe it's because, not so much that it's not my style, but it's because it's just too popular right now. I just don't like every single thing that I cop to be something that everybody wants. And that's another reason why Jordans aren't really like my number one sort of brand. Just because I know that a lot of things that I'm getting, a lot of other people have. Even if it's limited, like it's still like a lot of people want it and have it, and it's just too, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say with that, but I like to be able to wear a pair and there being a huge possibility that I'm the only person there with it. You know, there was a time when that's how it used to be for me. But anyway, that's why I'm not doing the Jordan challenge, for the very reasons that I showed you guys, and I showed you those particular silhouettes and colorways so you have an idea of where I stand in terms of how I consume my Jordans, and you know, the choices that I'm waiting for to make, and the, you know, the delayed pickups that you should be seeing hopefully sooner than later from me in regarding the Jordan brand. So thank you guys for watching. I will definitely be having some footage from SneakerCon ATL over the weekend. Should be plenty of footage, but I wanted to go ahead and get you guys something before the SneakerCon weekend. And then I will see you guys very soon. So expect multiple vids from the queen. Royalty.